I crave speed in my life. I need to bomb a steep hill, escape an avalanche. I started filming Carts of Darkness independently. It was more of kind of a fun video for YouTube. It was actually going to be called Bum Carts, but luckily the NFB had heard that I was making this film as a person with a disability, filming homeless people with alcohol issues, and they brought it in and made me rethink the title, and I got Carts of Darkness, which was a play on Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. Recently I hung out with Big Al to ask him some questions about the filmmaking process. So here's Big Al and me in his parents' basement. So you haven't watched this for a long time?
No.
Remember when I ran into you at the Save on Foods in North Vancouver the first time?
Yeah, I told you to fuck off.
But then you let me film you.
Well, you wouldn't let me alone. Do you remember the first time I rode a shop guard in front of you?
I couldn't believe it. I thought you were gonna die.
He went 25 meters with a broken skull cap.
Well, eventually you'd end up at the bottle depot.
Yeah, eventually, but I tried staying away from.
Let's do another one.
What was your favorite road in North Van to ride?
We never showed that on the film, but mine would have been 29th.
Oh, 29.
That was my favorite.
It's got a four-way stop at the bottom.
So,
What happened to his leg? Do you remember?
rookie couldn't drive.
Ben didn't have a serious injury, but he did need a metal brush to scrape out the gravel from those wounds. This is Mike McKinley in my garage dropping bottles for the opening sequence, which was fun because Mike doesn't drink, so he liked to smash bottles. And that's Christian doing a light meter reading. I had a good film crew. I had Christian Bejan, Mike McKinley, and Kevin Shepet all working on the film. Spent a lot of time driving my van around looking for the characters in the film. It was hard to contact them because they didn't really have cell phones, and they told me to leave notes under rocks behind the grocery stores and let them know what time I'd be filming. I don't know why I was paying $100 a month for a cell phone when I figured that out.
It's still summer weather. I kicked out of my house. That's how I do things right now.
Gee, it's
Live in
been
a
a
bush,
long
wet
time
hands.
seeing this.
I did my
Gee,
leg in
remember
Monday.
that?
Shop garden.
I think I still got the
17
scar
stickers over
right
there.
here.
But, you know, life's life.
Fuck, was I ever young back then?
Well, that's 14 or 15 years ago.
Yeah, but I was a lot skinnier too.
We all were.
And I would never do this again.
What, collect bottles?
Oh no, doing the bottles, but the way I'm doing it.
Al could make up to $100 doing this. And side note, this is a National Film Board film, so it's a non-profit. No one was getting paid to make this film. Even myself, I only got a salary for the time I was filming and no royalties. If I could, I'd give Al some smokes and beer, maybe some pocket money. That's it. The main camera that we used was a Panasonic P2 camera, which was one of the first cameras you could record onto a memory card. And we'd get the cameraman to get on the back of a motorbike so we can get some unique shots like this one. Christian, the DOP, would show up in sandals on these crazy shoots. He'd be hanging out the side of the van door, shorts and sandals, and then he'd lose his phone and wallet. Byron Briscoe was used as a stuntman / double for Big Al, because sometimes we needed specific shots like this one that Big Al didn't have the patience for us to get.
Jackpot.
But you would prefer to put plastics in a bag and then the glass in the buggy,
Yes, because of the lighter.
right?
I think you're some homeless
Yeah,
guy.
I was doing that.
Hey,
There.
I work for a living. Just like everybody else.
Yeah, you're at the top of your game
The
there.
only bonus part about it is I have to
Charging.
pay $800 for a fucking damn house. You know? The only thing I miss is I love my TV. I haven't seen The Simpsons in a long time.
What do you watch now for cartoons?
Oh,
Family Guy?
Simpsons. I was never into the Family Guy. Oh, good old Furry. Yeah, I missed that old fruit.
Yeah. He read a lot, didn't he?
No, he certainly drank a lot, though.
And 10 cents for beer, stuff like that.
Oh,
Did he ever ride shopping carts or just...
I'll
No.
take him if you don't mind.
no, he's just push.
That'd be great.
He'd be lucky he'd give up, and he got $5.20 or something.
He had kids, right?
Yeah, he had a son, I believe. Never did, Meena.
No, I never did either.
Some people are really nice, eh? They don't mind us coming around and
Feel like having a beer.
Do you want me to get you one from the fridge?
No, I got one in my backpack. Because they're easier to get.
that's the deal. We're making some money. Can't live on fresh air and good looks.
Fergie passed away in December 2019. Complications of internal organs, obviously from drinking. All these guys, though, were always susceptible to something because living outside and not going to the doctor and picking up infections and, yeah, just drinking all the time. I'm surprised Al's still going. He's the only one left.
Pushing a buggy, it's hot, it's heavy, it's dirty. We're too lazy maybe lots of the times to take it down.
Oh, yeah,
recycle it.
that was
we don't want
hilarious.
to take that time to
Remember this in the theater.
Well, we do rinse ours.
I think that we're told
And they also wanted you to wear a helmet.
exercise.
What?
walking,
Yeah.
not
A lot of
using
people
fuel.
complained to me that you should be wearing a helmet.
I wore a helmet one time. It's because you guys wanted some old, bulky World War II helmet
Oh, yeah,
cam.
for the helmet cam. So, this was filmed in 2006 and 2007 before GoPros. So, Christian had a World War II Gazap camera that took 16mm film. Super heavy.
Oh, that thing was claustrophobic. I didn't think I'd get my head out of that. Last fucking time you ever did that.
Which bottle depot did you like? Or did you even like any?
Actually, I like the one in, this one here I like the most.
Right,
Because they let you bag.
right.
It was a lot easier to bag them than it was sorting these stupid trays.
Right. What do you mean bag?
Put them in their bags.
Oh, and then they just weigh them?
And then you count them.
Yeah.
And you tell them how much they are. These
Okay.
bags here.
Right.
You don't rip them off. A lot of bottle collectors out there did.
Yeah.
They're no longer around because of it.
What did you ever find that wasn't beer or bottles, or did you ever come across anything like someone's stash or cash or anything?
Oh, when I was out doing it, Christmas time, there was envelopes.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it was Merry Christmas. Thank you for such a good job. I mean, if they're taking us, our bottles,
Yeah.
again, but taking their envelopes. And which was a pretty shitty thing to do, because they work every day, but I was working every day too.
Yeah.
And there was a couple people out there said, this envelope's for the recycling truck. This envelope was for the recycle guys.
Oh,
And I found a couple of them. So when I see that, I take the envelope that was meant for me and leave the other ones.
yeah.
And all of a sudden that seemed to just go away.
Hmm.
So I'm not gonna say I'm dishonest, but I took a few.
Sure.
A lot of other people would have a 6-pack of beer, and at the time, I was dying for a beer, so I'd take 'em. Nothing like that 7:30 beer in the morning.
Breakfast of champions.
You know it. Oh, look at G.
Neither of you guys were happy about us getting you to go over that Lionsgate Bridge.
Oh, I hated it out. Lionsgate Bridge was such a slow piece of junk. I mean, what? There's not even hell there. And plus, it had a bunch of cracks in the thing, so
yeah.
it was jiggling all your stomach to hell.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, we just wanted a visual, and people think it seems to be a little bit crazy to go down that bridge.
you just want a shot of Vancouver.
This was a nightmare to coordinate to get Al and Jordy downtown, get shopping carts from Safeway on Davie Street, and then have them ride over the bridge.
I think I shorn my head off around here.
Did right here.
I want extreme. That ain't extreme.
Shut the cart. Al's temper tantrums made it difficult to film. I usually knew that I had to get all my shots done by noon, because by then he'd had enough beer in him to trip out.
Man, did I ever look good.
Yeah.
Not saying I don't now. I was able to walk
Yeah.
or run. Oh, what a pile of shit cart that is. I had to use one of those
We
a
will
couple
be
times.
choosing our carts, figuring out which one's the best cart to go downhill.
Well, they're right next to where I was living. I was living right across the street there.
What was that Bloodhounds shirt? Is that just a shirt you found, or what did you know a team called the Bloodhounds?
Fuck, I don't know. I probably found it in a garbage can.
You're going down that many bumps down a hill, you don't want something interfering with your gut.
I had lots of spare clothes, and so sometimes I'd purge and give a bunch to Al and his friends, and always be surprised that they'd go through the garbage bag of clothes that I brought, often most of them new, and they would just take one shirt or none at all, and then toss the bag or leave it behind. And then I figured out it was because they had nowhere to keep them, and so they'd just chuck them. Have you seen any new shopping carts, like new designs?
Brona, they really did a good job on theirs. They're bigger, wider, and a lot more space.
Is you can fill this thing right to the max, a box.
Cash your bottles at the bottle depot straight across the street was a fucking beer store.
Can't lose my quarter. Here we are at another store. There's your proper cart.
Yeah, I like this.
Put in.
You know,
Here's
you
the main key.
put the Safeway sign right there.
Click it in.
I
Now
mean,
it's not going anywhere.
get me a film right
Not
there.
going
Eh?
nowhere.
Did you ever have trouble with any of the grocery stores and asking about the carts?
This one here.
Yeah?
Yeah, you had to get there early.
Right.
They used to have a security guard just because of the shopping carts.
Sure.
So what I used to do was stash one the night before.
Al told me that he had to go to jail at one point, but he never went. I'd wait a while, and we'd film a while, and he'd still show me these papers saying he'd go to jail, but he never'd go. I wasn't concerned about it. And then one day he said he's going in. So it was kind of a concern to me because we're in the middle of filming. He ended up going away for 10 months, and I had to find other characters to film during that time. He never really exactly said what he did, but he had, some charges for stealing things and drunk in public and drunk driving, and I know of a fight, and who knows what else he got himself into. It was a thing for homeless people or binners to purposely go to jail so they didn't have to spend the winter in a shelter, and they'd get fed 3 square meals a day.
Gee, look at this, your old van.
It's a high miler now. Went to Mexico in it.
Oh, I thought you flew.
No, I drove 12 days.
See,